and it don't feel right. I still wanna party with her, even when it don't feel right. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. She be calling on a Monday, wanna meet on Tuesday, asking me to fix me up real nice. She can wait until the weekend, she wants off the deep end, telling me to bring the stuff I like. I don't wanna let her down, so I'm telling her yes. Though I'm kinda down from the pain in my chest, but I'm putting that aside now. I'ma feel alright now, happy from the stuff I know she likes. I've been trying my luck every day of the weekend with my baby, what's up? Ay, always down every weekend. No, I love her too much, but I just can't get enough. She's slipping through the cracks, call my bluff. She know what's up. Can't get enough. Yeah, even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Oh yeah, even when it don't feel right. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. We been chillin' on the Wednesday, slept until it's Thursday. She don't wanna leave me, not just yet. Told me all about last Friday, but she went on crazy. Didn't go to bed till Saturday. I don't wanna go out, so I asked her to stay. Though she broke my heart in a million ways, but I'm putting that aside now. I'ma feel alright now, happy just as long as she's with me. I've been trying my hand every day of the weekend with my baby, what's up? Always down every weekend. No, I love her too much, but I just can't get enough. She's slipping through the cracks, call my bluff. She know what's up. Yeah, can't get enough. Yeah, even when it don't feel right. Hey, I still wanna party with her, even when it don't feel right. Yeah. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. Yeah, even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Oh yeah, even when it don't feel right. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. Even when it don't feel right. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. Yeah, yeah. You never feel the way I feel. You don't know if my love is real. Baby, listen to me, here's the deal. When you're not here, I'm not the same. I'm needing a new chapter, babe. Been stuck here in a bed for days. I've been staring at the telephone, cause when you're gone, I miss your face. Late o'clock, body talk. There's no need to bring it up. Nothing you say makes it better. Wreck and fall, tear apart. Issues left behind, restart. Nothing you say makes it better. Bring it right back to me, baby. No, we've been here before. Give me the real this time. No cap, no lies. It's our own core. Bring it right back to me, baby. I know my heart wants more. Give me the good this time. No cap, no lies. It's our own core. I never wanna give you up. I know we've been through way too much, but I'm confident we'll make it through. I'm here for you. You're not by yourself. Late o'clock, body talk. There's no need to bring it up. Nothing you say makes it better. Wreck your ball, tear apart. Issues left behind, restart. Nothing you say makes it better. Bring it right back to me, baby. No, we've been here before. Give me the real this time. No cap, no lies. It's our own core. Bring it right back to me, baby. I know my heart wants more. Give me the good this time. No cap, no lies. It's our own core.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's go ahead and get a few announcements out of the way before we get into the show. You can still get in the corporate toolbox, the links below, you can get the free courses, the links below, to everything. You can direct yourself to Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills and get the free courses. Don't be emailing me asking me how to get the free course. Come on, man. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. All right. before I get into what happened yesterday, this reminds me of something. And this is kind of hard to Google, but the University of North Carolina, Michael Jordan's alma mater, it was something that the black students on the campus organized, got themselves together, and all of the black students voted for a black homecoming queen. Now, the campus population of the University of North Carolina was like 20,000 students, 2,500, these are approximations, 2,500 black, 17,500 white. Okay. Well, these 2,500 black students of the University of North Carolina got together every year for 5 years in a row, and they all voted for their homecoming queen choice. And the University of North Carolina had a black homecoming queen 5 years in a row. Now, the people at North Carolina was like, all right, we're tired of having these black homecoming queens. So did they do what the black students did? Go out, gather support, and vote? No. They changed the rules to end having the black homecoming queen. They changed the rules. Now, this brings us to what happened yesterday. Joe Biden won the election. No doubt about it. States, even with Republican Secretary of State's like, nothing funny happened here. Nothing went down, which was unlike when Donald Trump got in office, when it was widely known that he was helped by the Russian operatives and Russian assistants. So Amber Alerts. Is there a way to turn this off? Okay. So it's kind of funny that Donald J. Trump has put out that the election was rigged. Now, I've been very critical of Donald J. Trump. I've been critical of his character. I've been very critical of his behavior. And none of this is surprising. He lost, kind of like the South lost the Civil War, and they wanted to put up all of these monuments and these memorandums to losers. So yesterday was very, very interesting. It was crazy. Erica, you're sounding like a salty Republican. See, here's the thing. And this is where I'm talking about emotion trumps fact. Right now, just like those people at the University of North Carolina got tired of having a black, he lost. He lost. And none of you can come up with substantial proof. All you folks are like, it was a rigged, it was funny. The election that was rigged, many of y'all went along with that. Max Life, show me some fraud. Don't just say it. Trump acted like the dude who can't handle a breakup and then get his friends to bother his ex. The 2016 election was sketchy. How come none of y'all had nothing to say about that? I was like, it was okay. Because see, here's the thing. And this is very evident on social media. Like right now, there's this thing. There's some people putting out that you can get business credit with an age corporation or a shelf corporation. Google getting business credit with an L, and you would get all of these websites that will pop up that are selling shelf and age corporations, right? Dig deeper. Like last night, I spent an hour on one of these sites, and since I know what to look for, I actually went to the state of the shelf corporation, and guess what I found? A lot of the age corporations they were selling were dissolved by the states, which means you can't do nothing with them. You can't do nothing with them. But I had some people who commented on the video, and I was like, instead of going like, oh, no, I was like, okay, since you can do it, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and buy an age corporation and develop business credit and report back. See, I know that they have not got in there. Because y'all keep saying voter fraud, because y'all do lost, but no proof. There's video evidence. Oh. It ain't sketchy, Erica. Like, look, you dude lost, okay? He lost. Suck it up. But once again, there's so much emotion around Trump. This is why I call it the cult of Trump. The cult of Trump. The cult of Trump. It was no more rigged than Florida was years ago. They gave Bush the win when Al Gore actually won. Remember all of the stuff about the Chads and the Chits and all this other stuff? All right. I think, show me proof all elections are sketchy. Y'all keep saying there's plenty of evidence. Okay, let's go back to the age corporation. I have many people who in the comments talking about you can do it. And I have challenged these people to go out and spend the money and buy an age corporation and get the business credit. Y'all just salty. Your dude lost. Yes, it's possible to remove a bankruptcy. So this is where we get into this thing of every court in the entire country, they could prove no fraud. I know. Like, essentially, nothing that Trump has done or said has alarmed me because I've been on his character. Most can be all right. Kevin Garnett, like, call up the states and ask them the procedure of getting an LLC that has been dissolved or an incorporation that has been dissolved for 5 years. Let's see what the procedure is for that. Once again, the whole thing is like, I have all of these people, Bandman Kevo, this new dude, Rich Wayne, talking about you can start these shelf corps. And I did a video talking about giving receipts, talking about you can go to the Secretary of Georgia's website and actually see my corporations. I've actually shown you my corporations. I've actually shown you my business credit cards. I actually have corporations, business credit, and I still have people talking about, Glendon, you could do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. See, we have come into a strange place in America. Dre Day, they investigated the only reason Trump didn't get charged was because he was president. So you're leaving out some important details on that. But once again, people are talking about this once again, like, don't ever tell me what to talk about on my YouTube channel, Straight Rider. You don't have that kind of power. I talk about what I want to talk about. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Y'all kill me. Well, this is the content. Hanging chads. But what you saw was emotion. Emotion. And also, I'll play the devil's advocate. Even if the election was fraudulent, Trump is an incompetent leader at best. He's so mediocre and morally bankrupt, it's hard to get any. Like I said, the character of Trump. Like when I was talking about Trump in the beginning, the man had been divorced. He had all kinds of scandal. He had multiple bankruptcies. I did not think that he was fiscally fit to be president, and I was right. But once again, let's talk about the cult of Trump. Why do people love Donald J. Trump so much? Why do they love? Why do they love Donald J. Trump so much? Selling the seats. Remember when Barack Obama was elected president and the governor of Illinois went to jail for selling his seat? See, these people got all up in their feelings. But let's go ahead and understand the code of Trump. Why do people like Donald J. Trump so much? Because he does things they wish they could do. He is the id, he is the dysfunctional id of America. Once again, Rod for Real Estate, I did a video talking with receipts, and I still have people talking about, well, you can still build business credit with an H Corp. You can still build like, all right. And I'm actually having legitimate corporations building legitimate business credit, and I know how it works. I know what you have to do, and I still have people because they want to believe in the Easter Bunny. They want to believe in Santa Claus. They want to believe in the Tooth Fairy because it makes them feel good. Now, those people, like yesterday, it was ridiculous. And I'm going to say it. If those had been black folks, they would have been shot. Pew, 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 pew. Dead black folks all over the steps of the Capitol. If they had been black folks, they had been black folks, they would have been shot. There was a few black folks mixed up in there, but if they had overall been black folks, let's talk about what happened in Philadelphia with, let's see, that group where they actually dropped a bomb on American citizens in Philadelphia who were not doing any of the stuff that these folks were doing yesterday. Yes, authorized users is not effective as it used to be. But once again, Cleveland Smith, here's the thing. Remember how I told you in the beginning that the University of North Carolina had a black homecoming queen for 5 years because the black students understood the process, they understood how it worked, and every black student on campus voted for 2,500. And the white students did not vote for their homecoming choice. And instead of actually going out and getting support for their candidates and getting everyone to vote, they changed the rules. They changed the rules. Cleveland Smith. Folks don't want to do the right thing. This is one of the biggest struggles I have with Savage Finance. I tell people exactly what you need to do financially, and people don't want to do it. They're listening to Bandman Kevo. They're listening to Rich Wayne. Rich Wayne is an admitted scammer. Bandman Kevo is a convicted scammer. He went to jail for scamming people. Rich Wayne was talking about he runs scams currently. This dude talking about go out, do all this stuff, get these H corps, then file bankruptcy and do like Donald Trump. The fact that video, the procedure to reinstate an LLC is not worth the time and the money. I look for Cali and New Mexico. Once again, I know these folks haven't done it. They're not giving up that. Because essentially, people, because my YouTube mastermind was like, why don't people want to sit down and do the right thing? And it's like, they don't know how or they don't want to do it. Like this whole thing with the age corporation things, it's just like, see, right now, there are laws where the banks is called the Know Your Customer laws. The banks, this falls under the Patriot Act. It falls under some other acts. Essentially, like I have a Wells Fargo business credit card. This is what I have to do if I wanted to give an employee one of my credit cards. My employee would have to go into the Wells Fargo bank branch, show ID. I would have to vet the employee. And this is already a business credit account that's set up. And we got to go through all of that to add someone else. But you going to just go out, find a bum on the street, get his social security number, and start building business credit for your H Corp, and you're going to get $250,000 to $500,000. People want to believe in the Easter Bunny. Hip, hop, hippie to the hip hop. They want to believe in the Easter Bunny. Oh, Trump's going to run again. See, this is one of the things with Brandman, Kevo, Rich Wayne. People want to get money, and they don't really care how they do it. Remember Florida Evans and JJ when JJ was selling drugs and Florida Evans put him out? You would have to pay the reinstatement fee plus additional late fee to court pass with the state. All right, Rick Scott, here's the point that I'm making. And y'all completely like, oh yeah, you can get reinstated. They're selling an H Corp that has been dissolved by the state for $20,000. You would think for $20,000, you wouldn't have to go in and pay late fees to get it reinstated. Yeah, void the store credit card. The investigation produced 37 indictments, several guilty pleas or convictions, and compelling evidence the president obstructed. Like I said, the only reason that Donald Trump did not get charged because he was the president. That was it. My guy Fat Ghost, you know the people behind the presidency are corporations. That's who's behind the presidency. You know the people behind the House and the Senate are corporations. This is why I'm like, become a corporate citizen. Everyone's like, well, you know about the Corporate Transparency Act. If you have a business with less than 20 employees and you make less than 5 million a year, it don't impact you. It don't matter. It's like it didn't happen because you will not have to meet requirements if you make under 5 million a year. I showed you guys the Internal Revenue Service records of tax forms. There's only 271,000 people in a country of 330 million who are making 5 million a year or more. So this law is only going to impact 271,000 people. Like, don't even worry about it. Just go ahead and do what you need to do. A Shelf Corp is going to be a waste of money for most people who are buying it. Good Lord. Republican judges said no proof. I mean, it is crazy. Trump is an excellent salesman. He's an excellent. I feel if Trump lives long enough, he will run again in 2024. I think he will run again. The racism with Trump, the lack of leadership. He's an excellent marketer. He is. He will be out. Oh, they are respect for Trump. He says exactly whatever he thinks, no matter how ridiculous it is. Woo! He is a loose cannon. You know, Obama hasn't been president for 4 years, and y'all still talking about Obama. Pretty much. But once again, Black Lives Matter, they would have been shot, man. They would have been shot. Oh, if he lives long enough, he will run again. The MOVE movement, they dropped the bomb on American citizens who were doing none of the foolishness that was happening yesterday. None of it. They decimated a neighborhood. And these folks were not doing any of the shenanigans that these folks were doing yesterday. So, I mean, this is the thing. Yesterday was ridiculous. And here's what's sad. Some more foolishness can happen before January 20th when Trump is stated to move out the White House. We've got 2 more weeks of Trump antics. From the phone call to the Georgia Secretary of State talking about don't validate these elections. Move, yep. Robbie Rob, see, this is the thing with white people. White people don't understand that white privilege doesn't extend to poor white people. They don't understand. Thank you, retired 2019. Easy, simple hack, pretty much. I mean, essentially, I got people because see, people want to feel that this stuff is possible. Like these people who were storming, they actually disrupted the certification process of Joe Biden. They actually disrupted that because Donald J. Trump is like, it was rigged. It was a scam. You know, if I lose, the election was rigged. There's all of these people keep talking about all of this evidence, and there's and if you could just listen to the phone call, he's just rambling. And Republican Secretary of States, Republican governors, Republican judges have all pushed back and said, Donald, you're crazy. They pushed back. I'm a corporate paralegal and they have to review know your customer and anti-money laundering forms. That right there, that whole thing right there, Alexander, is one of the reasons that you cannot buy an age corporation and get their business credit. That right there, and and this is, and I'm putting out a video talking about their line. Pretty much, Trump only cares about Donald J. Trump. The Age Corporation will not fly. This is why I did the video, because people, Bam Mankevo, Rich Wayne, and other people are talking about. And I actually last night spent some time on one of those websites, and essentially, this is the game. What they will do is go ahead and create a corporation in a low fee state. Like there was this one site that there was all these corporations in Hawaii. And I actually went to the website and I called a phone number, and the phone number was to a government agency. Crazy. They don't want to believe in the Sugar Hill Gang, but they want to believe in fantasies and fairy tales. And like, I got people in there talking about, oh, you can do it. I'm like, have you done it? Have you done it? And I have not had a response yet. Miss Cleo, Madam Cleo, man, that was crazy. Yes, because essentially you can build business credit within 1 year. 1 year, which ain't a long time. Well, I mean, Thanks for the $5 super chat, V Blanket. Trump supporters don't care about truth. Ask if they read court transcripts and explain why the evidence is debunked, and they will hear crickets. He incited violence in 2016 during his presidential pep rallies and promised to bail people if they got arrested. Trump is the reason what happened yesterday happened. Trump is the reason. Corporate money moves the world pretty much. This is what I'm trying to get everyone to become. He who holds the gold makes the rules, so solutions build the business, make the money, change the rules. Pretty much. Oh, man. Faceless man, that's a lot of truth there. I would do my own LLC. I think what happened yesterday was the end of the Republican Party as we know it. The Republican Party is very much fractured. I mean, they're talking about it. So if he can manage these next 4 years, he will run again. He will. Somebody get rid of Adam Neal because he's a little pussy. Corruption. So a man who files business bankruptcy multiple times, leaving many banks holding the bag while he protects his personal fortune. That's who you're going to listen to? Oh, there's going to be more foolishness. There's going to be more foolishness. Adam Neal should be gone by now. Trump is like an ex-boyfriend who refuses to accept a breakup, pretty much. That is one of the things, because we will see some more foolishness in these next 2 weeks before he's gone. His Twitter got locked down for 12 hours. I think Facebook has banned him. Max Life, I got more stuff than the look at you conspiracy theory made up videos that are put together. Because, all right, let's go ahead and talk about this. All you folks are talking about evidence. So you're going to send me a link to a video or a podcast that's made by a crackpot in his garage, and you're going to call that evidence. You guys don't even know how to thoroughly vet. Like, I didn't know this until Erica hit me to it. Morris Invest, dude is being sued for $5 million. Because, you know, I wasn't watching the real estate channels, and now I understand why Bigger Pockets banned him. And he moved to Portugal. He got out here. Trump is for Trump. Any business you're going to start, you're going to need an LLC. 89 Dr. Funk, this is another reason, because Trump will be open to civil liability. Max Life, like all you conspiracy theorists, it's like there's plenty of evidence. There's plenty of evidence. Yep, I just got that email from Divvy. Yeah, he's going to be open to a lot of half of the Max Life. Let me go ahead and just speak plainly. Half of the country is almost illiterate. When I was writing my book, I had to take words out that I knew in high school because most of the people who would be reading that book would not know the word. Half of the country is uneducated and damn near illiterate. You know, back in the day, if you didn't own land, you couldn't vote. We may have to go back to that to get better representation. Half of the country is dumb. Half of the country is dumb as represented by their income of $33,000 or less. Half the company ain't that smart, homie. Half of the country can't stay out of debt. More than half of the country can't manage his money well. So saying that, like, keep saying that half the country's delusional. I mean, like what? No, there are no new channels. Pretty much all the corruption, like back in the day before it became so polarized with Democrats and Republicans, you see them going on hunting trips, fishing trips. They'd be hanging out together. I mean, essentially, I don't think they're going to apply their 25th Amendment. We're just going to have to ride this clown out for the next 2 weeks. Well, this is what happens. All right, Ebony Empire LLC, congratulations. Appreciate that. Well, see, Trump has a habit of never paying his lawyers. Well, let's go ahead and talk about what Brian Mankevo's channel is growing. Notice the bling. He has the diamonds. He shows the watch. He's driving the Lambo. He's like essentially Omni and the Hellcat, TJ the Millionaire Mentor, Tall Guy Reviews, Mr. Organic, flossing, stunting, showing $100,000 cars. So that works on YouTube. That works on YouTube, man. You cannot cancel someone as a following. It's rules of the game. Pretty much. Pretty much. Because Trump is very polarizing. Anytime you talk about him, this brings out the craziness. No, I'm not. Yeah, I would say a lot of people in this country are financially illiterate. I would say more than half. And also, talking about half of these people, I mean, it's gotten to the point that, like, take Savage Finance, right? Right now, I'm giving you guys the sauce. I'm giving you the game. If you do these things, you will be financially successful. People don't want to watch that. People don't want to watch that. They don't want to watch. It's like, you mean I got to actually do something? I actually have to be disciplined. I actually have to use my money the correct way. I don't want to do that. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, man. I mean, right now, you've got many, many people who are idiots. They're going to storm his prison. You moving to Mexico? Don't leave the United States. Get you the money so you can live the life you want to live. That's a major change group. That's a good point. Curtis Brown. All right, let's talk about Omni. Omni is reported had like $50 million and he lost it. He had $50 million for 2 to 3 years and he lost it. Let's discuss why. Omni in the Hellcat is he ain't financially literate than most of America. Once again, if it wasn't for the stunting and the flossing, his channel wouldn't have grew the way that it did. This is what people like to see. I have a friend, and we talk about this, and this is sell what people are buying. It sounds simple, and it's something I struggle with because a lot of stuff that people are buying is BS. Shelf and Age Corpse. I go ahead and put up a video talking about the dangers, and it's not really getting a lot of views because people don't want to hear that. Daddy, don't tell me I can't do that. Tell me I can do something simple, quick, easy. I don't have to change my life. I don't have to change my habits. I don't have to do better, and I can get all this money. That's what people want to see. Y'all getting out of here? Maybe being 42, remembering Trump from the 80s, the Central Park 5 case, hanging with the rappers and having to his crappy AC bank. Well, once again, a lot of people are not looking at Trump the man. They're looking at Trump the image, Clavin Smith. And once again, to your point, Trump took out an ad to have these young boys convicted and executed. Trump did that. Yeah, I agree. Most people don't know how to read, etc. Pretty much what you said. Look at what platforms take off. TikTok. What is TikTok? It's mindless. It's stupid. It's just mindless entertainment. This is what people get into. This is why sports are so big. Pretty much. There's a reason why news articles are written on the 4th or 5th grade so most people can understand. Yes, because once again, let's go ahead and talk about this. The social economic level that you're born into, unless you do some radical personal transformation, you're more than likely going to die into it. And I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. If Omni and the Hellcat had better friends, someone would have like, you got kids, you need to establish trust funds for your children. And he could put 40 million in trust funds for his kids, and the feds could have never took his money. They never could have took it. Just little stuff like that. And once again, I've been watching these YouTube ads, and I've been looking at the ones that they're consistent, like the girl. Like, I don't know how to do this light, but I know crypto, her ads are running hard, which means she's making money. She's making money. Omni, Kevo Bamman are federal snitches out of bonds others would be in jail for. I don't know. I don't know. It's just funny because when someone comes here on YouTube and tells you that, yeah, I went to jail for scamming, and I was a scammer, but I'm doing it legit now, and like I see all of this stuff. Like, if you have bad credit and you want to do the AG Jewelers Club and stuff to get your credit profile up, okay. But mostly store credit cards and stuff are garbage for a robust credit profile. They're just garbage. Chris Torres, I may have to agree with you on that. We need to do what the rich and wealthy do in order to have a better chance in this financial reset that's taking place now. The longer you wait, the tougher it will be for you. Pretty much. This is going to be a very interesting year. It's going to start off with foolishness with Trump. It's going to start off with some craziness. And one of the things that's going to happen is right now, yesterday was also a massive distraction. People are massively distracted right now. Like TikTok. I mean, look at what people pay attention to. They're federal singing birds. Pretty much. That's why he doesn't want to come out of office, because he's going to be open to all types of liability. You have to cater to the masses if you want to live with the classes. Pretty much. Retired 2019. Appreciate you, bruh. Thanks for $5 super chat. And oh yeah, I know she's running ads. She's making money. Yeah, we're going to see. But all right, let's talk about yesterday. Go ahead and let's see what happened. Like, all of this stuff that's happening is a distraction. Once again, make no mistake. It was a distraction what happened yesterday. And look at what laws like, the Corporate Transparency Act that people have been like, oh man, it's not going to affect 90% of the people who take the corporate toolbox, because 90% of the people who take the corporate toolbox are not going to make $5 million a year. They're not. Honey money, where do you see the economy headed in the next 3 to 5 years? Well, with the Democrats in charge, you can expect much more stimulus to come out of Congress. And this is just going to kick the can down the road of what was going to happen. So the Democrats have 2 years, if because we're going to have some more elections in 2 years, and if the Democrats cannot hang on to the House, then you're going to see a pause button put on. But for the next 2 years, it's going to be on and popping with the Democrats. You Trump people are cult members. She's a Trump person. Canada will not let you work unless you're sponsored and have a contract. They're very Canada first. Wow. It takes a lot of energy, effort, and information to arrive above the class you were born into. Yeah, it does. Because essentially, for me, my situation, and, if you look in my past, one side of the family is like the Cosbys. And then I look at my grandfather and that group of people, they all did well in life. They all did well in life. And because they came from a father and mother. And, looking back, in my background with my grandmother being my mother, and I was raised by a college graduate. I learned how to read from a college graduate. Back when they were running the United Negro College Fund. Y'all remember those sad commercials with the sad, heart-wrenching music? You can do that if you want to. The real blacker. I think we will be legalized at some point. Pretty much, they would. So there's a huge, huge distraction that's going on right now. And you guys have got to be focused on your businesses. Max Life, someone get rid of Max Life. Like, I don't have time to debate you clowns and to go back and forth. I'm actually running the business. And if you were running the business, you would not have time to be debating and involve yourself in all these conspiracy theories. How about that? Catch me outside. I'm not going to sit here and take my time to watch some BS made by some tinfoil hat Yahoo who's got a website or a blog or a podcast that's based on fuckery. Please. Pretty much. This is a fact. But essentially, what happened yesterday was just craziness. Just craziness. When you run one or more businesses to be a stop, you don't have time for all this drama. Because essentially, Biden won. The election wasn't rigged. The election before this one was rigged, and many of you don't want to believe it because your guy won. We don't have the Florida evidence standard anymore. Like if someone's doing something illicit, right now, this is why Rich Wayne, Bandman Kevo, and other people are doing well, because people don't care how they get the money, long as they get it. Long as they get it, they cool. So that's all I got for you guys. All of the stuff is below the videos. Pick and choose what you need, and I will see y'all in the next one.